Well, lottie-dottie, we like to potty.
Ooh, okay.
I wish I would need the Latin next line.
I don't
Something so
either.
we don't hurt nobody.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, either way, we're back with another episode of FTW GT Weekly, and it's your boy Lenny, joined again by the man in the chair, the man in the closet, Dante.
Yo, bro.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
All right, yes. This computer desk is positioned physically in a closet, but I just don't like the way you painted the picture.
But I painted an accurate one, as you have explained. And Dante, we are fresh off of Black Friday.
Yes, we are.
The biggest sales week of the year. So
Yeah.
I have some thoughts on shopping really quick. But before we go there, I'd like to ask everybody if they could to drop a like, click the follow button, give us a comment maybe, share your thoughts.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah. Charity is caring. Caring is sharing. So tell a friend, ask a friend. We just hit 100. This is pretty fucking cool. Triple digits, finally, baby. We out here.
Yeah, Lenny's gonna do some wild shit for us hitting 100.
Yeah. Dick pics for the boys.
I didn't think he was gonna get that wild. Damn.
Yeah, and it's only up from here, guys. So keep on looking. Yeah, I mean my dick. So if you could give us a follow based on that sentiment, we would greatly appreciate it, and also tell your friends that this is the spot to come.
Oh, double entendre. I see you.
Baby. I'm fucking rolling right now. So what I wanted to talk about, dude, I bought a couple things on Black Friday. I don't know if you did.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
I considered getting a new monitor, but that was the only thing I was really looking at. I ended up not pulling the trigger.
I mostly just bought merch from like companies I like, right? So as most of the world knows at this point, the biggest social clip in WWE history was shared this week. It was the return of Phil Brooks, CM Punk, at Survivor Series, first time in the WWE, in a WWE ring in the past 10 years almost, making his return after quite a tumultuous time leaving, and over the course of 10 years, a lot of bad things said back and forth. Most people kind of thought it would never happen. So I love the man. I bought a shirt. And the shirt said 3 to 7 days shipping.
Oh.
When do you think I'm getting this, Dante? When do you think the estimated date of me receiving this shirt is?
Let's say December 5th.
January 1st.
Oh.
It says January 1st for estimated shipping. And I'm like, what the fuck? I keep refreshing the page because I think it's wrong. I'm like, this can't be true. There's a chance this man's not even in the WWE by the time I get that shirt in. This could all go south by then with the way things go with him, dude. Jesus Christ. So yeah, that was really my main talking point on Black Friday is I don't understand. You do these sales, and granted, like, I bought it like the same day as his comeback. And as I said, it's like it was the highest viewed social clip they've ever had. He's now already the top merch seller in the company within a couple days of being back.
Do you think they didn't foresee the sales and they're way behind on like...
I mean, I'm sure they foresaw it, right? Because he was in AEW for the better part of the past 2 years, and he was their number one merch seller. So you knew he still had like the drawing power that he had. So I can't imagine a world where they didn't foresee that he would be able to sell like this. But I mean, like, do you think they didn't have the shirts made? Like, what, am I waiting for them to get produced?
I mean, if they're advertising 3 to 7 day shipping, I gotta imagine
I paid for that, I think.
Oh, you pay extra?
I had to pay for shipping.
Nah.
Because if I spent over a certain amount, I could get it for free, but I didn't want to buy other stuff. There was one other hoodie I liked. They didn't like. So I saw somebody that night, Jey Uso was wearing a white hoodie, and it just said Yeet on the front in cool font, and I was like, I kind of like that. It's kind of fresh.
Oh, you're trying to get your hoodie game up. I see.
I bought a couple hoodies this past weekend. I have another one that's in a cart on my phone that's like 50% off. It's regularly $80. It's on sale for $40.
Ooh.
So I'm thinking about buying that too.
Anytime I find like a hoodie I like for sub $50, I'm like, damn, this is a good deal.
Yeah. I mean, it would help if I wasn't broke and I could just like free buy all this stuff, right? Oh, here's another thing. I got a new debit. I got a new debit card like 3 weeks ago, and I didn't activate it. Right, so I just activated it on like 2 days ago. I activated it. It's gotten declined in like 3 different stores now. I've bought stuff online.
Is that just like purchase protection?
No, I don't know if it just didn't properly activate. You don't get your PIN number doesn't change when you change your debit card, right?
No.
So I have no idea. But I went to CVS.
I know it's mine. You usually just activate it through the app.
I called over the phone and activated it, and it was like, your card has been successfully activated. And I did buy something online yesterday using it. So it's like somehow it was like somewhat working. But I went to a CVS yesterday and just tried to buy 2 drinks and got declined. And then I was at the grocery store today and tried to buy some stuff and got declined again.
They're like, haha, you're broke.
So I just had to like put it on my Amazon card.
Damn.
In a panic. I was like, I don't want to get declined twice. It's embarrassing enough.
You don't want to be that guy, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're giving you like that look of concern, like, sorry.
Yeah.
It's declined.
Fuck. Like she you know, she didn't say it in English when she told me I was declined.
Oh.
It's always like it's always like the Portuguese women at the market basket checkout counters.
So she just look at you and go, it's no good?
Basically. It hurts just as much. It's like, thank God. I was like, yeah, I know. Thank God there's nobody else in line behind me. I saw
money?
It said
Do you
declined.
have money?
I saw it declined. I couldn't have had my Amazon card out quicker.
Like, no, I got money.
Yeah, I can pay for this, I promise. Because that's got to be the worst, dude. Like, do you ever have the fear when you're at, like, I don't know how often you're at the grocery store, but like I always have this fear at the grocery store that I'm going to like feel my back pocket and realize I shopped through the whole store for an hour, got up to the counter, waited for them to like scan all my shit through, and then I left my wallet.
So that's happened to me a few times, but like thankfully, like the grocery stores I go to, I can pay with Apple Pay, and I can't remember the last time I forgot my phone at home.
Well, notoriously, Dante, I don't have a passcode on my phone.
Oh, so you can't set up Apple Pay.
Yeah, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
I have had to do that once, like years ago, and I like fortunately always like remembered my debit card number off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So I was able to like set it up on the fly and pay for it. But right now, I also realized like I'm like, fuck, I have to learn a new debit card number.
Oh, you got a whole new number.
Yeah, which is crazy, right?
If you got a new number, does that mean you lost your card?
No, they just sent this one to me in the mail.
Oh, whenever I get a new one because it expired, it's always the same number.
Yeah, the date changes. Nope,
Yeah.
This one, new number.
Oh.
Do you want me to read it off for the people?
For our 100 followers, subscribers.
Yeah.
Charge it up, y'all.
Yeah, but it pissed me off.
It's fine. It'll probably decline anyways.
Yeah, no shit. That's why I'm not worried about it. It pissed me off that I have to wait potentially like a month and a half to get one T-shirt that I ordered. I ordered 4 other things from somebody else.
It pisses me off in the moment, right? But then I'm like, all right, whatever, fuck it. It gets here when it gets here. And usually I forget about it by the time it arrives, and it's almost like a gift.
Well, like we talked about though, this is a T-shirt, but I did buy a couple of hoodies.
No.
And I am somewhat worried that like that's not going to
by the time it comes.
Yeah.
Like you'll have to wait till next season.
Like I keep refreshing the page being like, is it going to give me a date? Like, because it just says like order received. And it hasn't progressed past that yet. I'm like,
I would love if your hoodies arrived in like March when it starts warming up again.
I mean, March isn't terrible hoodie weather, right?
No,
like,
it's not.
It's kind of actually like ideal. I also reset up my shop app, which is kind of nice. I like that app.
Shop app. Oh, is that the purple one, right?
The purple app.
Yeah. I like that because if you link your email to it, it'll like sift through your email and like give you all your order updates through the app.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just one spot you can go to for everything, which is nice. It's a smart app. Getting in the app game's brilliant, dude.
I gotta figure out what the next $1 million app idea is.
I'm sure they're out there, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure there are out there. I want it to be in here.
Like, what's something that people need?
Damn, we gotta solve for a need right now. I wasn't ready on the fly.
Is there an app that you can find like all the smoke shops near you?
I'm sure there is.
Can you just look up like smoke shop app for me?
Oh, right now.
Yeah, like I'm sure there's a dispensary app, right?
Yeah, 100%. I saw a billboard. I forget what it's called though.
Dispensaries.com.
Oh, it was like Weedy or Weedify or some shit like that. I don't know.
Okay. I just feel like weed's got to be like a top place to go, or maybe like a know your strain app.
Ooh, okay.
We just give little descriptions.
I think High Times had an app for that like years ago.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Should have known. Is High Times still a thing? It's got to be.
It's got to be, yeah. Especially now that it's like legal in so many more places in the U.S., they got to be thriving.
Yeah. All right. Well, no. Okay. No, not weed then. Huh.
Maybe we come out with like a budgeting app.
They already have that.
What, Rocket Money? I
Yeah.
can do it better.
How so? Said it so confidently. I guess you've had ideas. Can you budget your own money?
No, I can't.
So what? Yeah, I'll beat them.
I don't even know what features Rocket Money has, to be honest.
So like, Rocket Money freaks me out too because I don't know how it. Do you just give it your email address, similar to like what we were talking about with Shop, and it just.
So I know it's able to
through...
like find like all your subscriptions and shit. But
Yeah.
like, how does it find that? Do I have to?
Well, that's what I mean. Is it tied to your email?
So
like
I have
it
to,
sees.
do I have to just trust this app with my card numbers so it knows?
No,
what
it's got to be the email because you have to give your email to all these companies, right? So like they can see if you have accounts that are active with them.
That makes sense, I guess.
I just have to see that I've.
What
had,
else does that app do though?
It would
does
pop
it actually
up.
help me build a budget?
Well, it tells you like this is how much you're spending, and like you want to be able to like save this much money a month, reduce this many subscriptions. But I'd have to see that I've had an underwear subscription since like 2012. I'd have to deal with the fact that I've given $20 of my money a month to an underwear company for
these fancy ass underwear
for 10 years. I have so many underwear. I don't even know what to do with them.
Bro, you got like multiple drawers of underwear by now, right?
Well, no, I'm just like the guy who has like a full drawer and of ones I don't wear, and then I just have the ones I wash every week that I like to wear.
I gotcha.
Yeah. And I just can't bring myself because then none of them are in bad condition, so I can't bring myself to like
chuck them.
Yeah. But for the longest time, they didn't have flies in their underwear. You'd have to do the pull over the top method.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
So I'll that's like a divisive conversation. Did you know that? Like, I've recently heard people talk about like there's like a 50-50 split there of people who go over the top versus people who go through the fly.
People who go over the top are savages. And like I have like, you know, underwear that I have to do that, right? But like I'm usually like zipper down and just pull the Johnny out, you know what I'm saying? But like to then have to like zipper down and then
I got very good at it because of having underwear that didn't have flies for so long. At the same time, it is kind of annoying because then your underwear is pulled down below your belt line. And it's like you kind of have to get like rearranged to get comfortable after that. You know?
It's weird, yeah. It's real weird.
But yeah, that's like a thing out there. I'd love to know out there if for our male demographic. I'm sure it's like we have not 100 subscribers, like 98 of them are men.
You know what? While we're still talking about underwear, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know why we're beating up this topic. Pun intended. We're
talking about jerking off now?
But I've been seeing, like, you know how you get, like, ads on Instagram for, like, random shit, right? They've been trying to sell me these boxers with, like, a little cradle for your nuts.
Just for your nuts?
Well, no, like you got the whole boxers, but then it's like a spot I guess you could tuck your nuts in, and like the way they show the commercials,
it helps your sperm count.
They put 2 eggs.
Oh, that's crazy. Are they old man balls?
I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I just wonder how comfortable that would really be.
No, that would feel really weird to me to like.
It's like my nuts are just getting hugged balls all day.
Yeah, like, but I think it probably helps your sperm count, right?
I don't know. Do I care?
Maybe. I don't know. Do we want little Dantes running around, dude? Having those nuts slap against your leg every day, like that could, like, maybe that's been a hindrance.
Sometimes you sit on them by accident. You need something to hold them up out the way. You know?
Thank God I'm not at the point where I can sit on my balls yet. Just my dick. That thing's huge. Oh no, I can't say like I think I've had it like where like they've squeezed in between my legs maybe, but nothing where I've sat completely on my ball sack. We're also in the winter, so that won't be a problem for a few months.
Yeah. Wow, we're talking about balls a lot. Moving on.
Yeah, do we have any more underwear conversation that can be had? Light week for topics, if anybody was wondering. Like, the most light week. We thought the roads were barren a few weeks back. Man, were they bad this week. I got very little for us.
You can usually tell by how we start out.
Yeah, I just burned 15 minutes with that. I looked when we were at 7 and I was like, we got to figure out a way to keep this going.
We doubled up.
Yeah, we found it. We're good. Okay, so let's talk Taika Watiki, huh?
All
right. No, Next Goal Wins director.
Yeah.
A guy who's been pretty bad as far as movies he's come out with. Like, not a lot of good stuff coming from this guy. Yeah, you want to check that for me? Fact check me.
Well, not IMDb him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're usually bad at this, so let's
What his
put
titles
the
are. You know.
fucking Jeopardy music over this one. See
No,
how long
I've
it
gotten a
takes.
lot better at pulling up IMDb. I have the app on my phone now. Come on, bro.
The app's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I like it.
It's no letterboxed.
These movies they say he's known for, I don't know.
Well, that's kind of the point, right?
All right, you got that.
You want to read a couple of them off?
What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but no thanks.
Jojo Rabbit.
I think that was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, these all have decent, like, ratings on it.
But I don't think any of them do great in the box office.
Okay. Hunt for the Wilder People.
Yeah, not ringing any bells.
And Boy.
What?
Boy.
That's not
Just
a great name.
Boy.
Not a great name for that one, huh? I don't even recognize. Usually I'm pretty good with, like, posters. I don't recognize that. Give me a description.
An 11-year-old child and devout Michael Jackson fan. All right, I'm intrigued already.
Jesus.
Who lives on the east coast of New Zealand in 1984 gets a chance to know his absentee criminal father, who has returned to find a bag of money he buried years ago.
So he's from New Zealand, I imagine, right? Because so many of these movies are about, like, I feel like, well, I guess, like, Next Goal Win was about Samoa, but, like,
Yeah, American Samoa.
Yeah, my bad.
They're different.
But you vibing with me? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I see that now.
Where's he from?
Born in New Zealand, yeah. Wellington.
There we go. Okay, so he talked about the Thor movies. You have some quotes for us. He basically was like, I never wanted to do this movie when I was younger, and I bought a Thor magazines or, like, Thor comics. Well, I thought he was stupid when I was younger. And then when I took the job, it was because I was poor, and I thought it was an opportunity to make money. And then when I read the comics, I was like, what is this? I still didn't understand. Is that the gist of what he said?
Yeah, I was like, damn, you want me to read the quote or you want to just tell him what it says?
I don't know if you want to give us a more accurate, like, if you have the exact quotes.
So here's a direct quote. You know what? I had no interest in doing one of these films. It wasn't on my plan for my career as an auteur. I don't know that word.
Auteur.
But I was poor and I just had a second child, and I thought, you know what? This would be a great opportunity to feed these children.
There's more quotes of it too, right? I think he there was the one I just said about the comics one. He definitely said.
Well, yeah, it's also, and Thor, let's face it, it was probably the least popular franchise. I never read Thor comics as a kid. That was the comic I'd pick up and be like, ugh. And then I did some research on it, and I read one Thor comic or 18 pages or however long they are, and I was still baffled by the character.
Yeah, so a couple thoughts on this. First off, well, precursor to said thoughts. Neither one of us are comic book readers.
No.
So there's probably people who could tell us that Thor comics are very good. I can just speak merely from the movies. Both I've seen maybe one or two animated Thor movies because I bought the Marvel, like, 12-pack at one point of their animated movies. And those are not good by comparison to the DC ones. And then vice versa, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where Marvel is far superior to DC, at least it was for a very long time. Thor, I think he's pretty accurate on his statements of, like, Thor being the least popular of those characters, especially at the time where he took over the franchise. Because at the time he took over the franchise, you have to remember they're coming off of Dark World, which is still considered one of the lowest, like, rated Marvel movies. Even the first Thor, I don't think like killed box office numbers or anything. You want to pull that real quick? Box office numbers for Thor 1 and 2, or just all 4 Thor movies. Let's for fun. But the reality is this: he made the best Thor movie, but then he also made a pretty bad one. And what this comes off to me a little bit, outside of the fact that he is pretty accurate on his statements, maybe he sounds a little salty. No.
Salty how?
Well, he's not. They've removed him from making any more.
It's not that they removed him. So I actually had another quote here.
Okay. And this is from him.
Yeah, this is from him.
Okay, can we maybe just, like, after we're done reading this quote, we just validate, like, that there's not another side? There's 2 sides to every story.
So, just to preface, like, they were asking him about, if he would return to direct another Thor movie or be involved in the next one. And basically, he said he's booked for the next 6 years or so he knows that he won't be involved. And the quote was, Sorry. I'm going to concentrate on these other films that I've signed on for, but I love Marvel. I love working with them. I love Chris. I would never feel like they're cheating on me. We're in an open relationship, and it's like if they wanted to see other people, I'm happy for that. But I'd still go back into bed with them one day.
Okay, now can we just see, like, look up, like, Taika Waititi is out on Thor, and you had the box office numbers there, right?
Yeah. You're asking me to Google a lot today.
You said you'd got better at this shit. Yeah, I like, it was my understanding that, like, they weren't interested in bringing him back. Not that he got fired or anything, but, like, that they were going to go a different direction to begin with. I'd be very interested on his IMDb page. You know how it'll show, like, upcoming projects?
Yeah.
Like, if he says he has his next 6 years booked up, like, what type of hits do you have on your fucking docket that you feel like you need to work on? Like, doesn't that sound sus to you? Like, you talk about, like, the money opportunity and all this, but you're saying that you have your next 6 years planned out and you can't go back to the thing that you're most known for.
Yeah.
That sounds a little convenient to me in a way.
Like, I got my bag from that, now leave me alone kind of
Well,
thing.
like, also, like, I was really loved for one of them, and then people shit all over me for the second one, and it's honestly hurt the other movies I'm working on outside of this because people aren't really enjoying, it seems. Like, Next Goal Wins is very good, but, like, again, I don't think it did anything box office wise, so I think he's just, like, it's kind of a runoff for him of, like, the Thor movies are going to be do or die to his career, so the further he can distance himself from them, I feel like he probably is viewing that as a plus too, right?
I mean, that definitely seems like a valid viewpoint, but as far as what Google's showing me, everything's just based on the fact that he's saying he wasn't interested, and that
How recent were those articles? Were they all based on this one thing that he said this past week?
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
so I just think you're like, everybody's written about those statements.
So that's like the new shit that's popping up on Google, yeah.
But like, I think this all kind of broke down. Like, this is his first public comments, but I'm pretty sure they had said he wasn't going to be returning a month ago.
Yeah.
And at that time, it was more like Marvel is choosing to go a different direction with the character. and again, I think it's because, like, people loved Ragnarok because it was able to add a new layer to the Thor character that it was missing. Like, the humor helped. But I think once you get to Love and Thunder, which I know you still haven't seen, but the humor kind of played itself out. Like, the Thor character carrying over through, like, Avengers into Endgame and Infinity War into Love and Thunder and even Guardians, I just think it jumped the shark a little bit, and the humor wasn't, it became too much of a joke. Like, Thor should be one of your most badass characters, and I think he kind of got lost in it a little bit. It became too Taika Waititi-ified with, like, the jokes, you know?
Yeah, I'm seeing an article from, like, October that's now kind of along those lines. And, you know, shout out to his PR person that just told him, hey, get out ahead of it and just be like, yo, fuck them. I didn't want them anyways.
Yeah, well, and, like, that's a perfect statement he made, right? Like,
Yeah.
I love Marvel. If they wanted me to come, like, it's like, he basically told you in the statement, when you really think about it, too. Like, we're in an open relationship, and if they wanted me to come back, I'd come back.
Yeah.
Because the bag is good, and I would definitely keep doing it. And that's where it says to me then, like, well, if you would have definitely kept doing it, what in those 6 years that you have booked out is so much better than doing a Thor movie, you know, if they wanted you to do a Thor movie.
Yeah, because I don't even know how accredited this is, but it says even Chris Hemsworth was acknowledging that the movie missed the mark and was a little too silly.
Yeah, it for sure was.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, I think it's like, when I said it sounds salty to me, like, some of those statements, it sounds a little bit like, oh, you don't think I can do it anymore, you know? Oh, like, you're blaming me for the reasons it got to where it was. But it's like, well, who else would be the one who bears responsibility? And right now, Marvel seems to be in kind of a spot where they're firing writers. They're bringing on new writers for things. Like, they're trying to figure out a way to get back on track as far as, like, ascending towards making more money and getting to the heights that they were at previously. After, like we talked about it last week, like, you know, they've had some misses, right? Like, and I think they're acknowledging that. And part of that is, well, we only have a certain amount of holdovers that are still there from our original run, right? Like, the original group of Avengers, and Thor is still a character that we are invested in and that we're choosing to keep in the loop.
So we kind of got to protect that.
Yeah, we've got to get him to a spot where, like, he can be a box office draw. He can still be like some of the funny Thor character that he was being, but also be taken seriously too. Like I just can't think of much in the past 4 or 5 years with the Thor character where it's like been like, yeah, he's a serious threat, but like with a joke with at every turn when it comes along with it, you know. But do you have any thoughts on the Taiki Watiki?
You did so good at pronouncing his name when we did
Taika
Next
Watiki,
Goal Wins,
dude.
you know?
Taika Watiki. But yeah, do you have any thoughts on it? I know. Well, like, how many other Thor movies have you watched?
I think I only watched Ragnarok.
How much of the MCU up to Avengers Endgame? Like, if you pulled up a list right now, could we just rattle it? This is going to be a list pod because I have lists for you. This is just the first of them. I'd just be interested to know if we went down it, which ones you've seen.
All right. So I'm in order of release date right now.
Okay.
I've seen Iron Man 1 and 2, have not seen The Incredible Hulk. I feel like I might have seen the first Thor movie, but I don't remember it, so I'm just going to say no. I definitely didn't watch Captain America: The First Avenger. I did watch the Avengers movie. I did watch Iron Man 3. I didn't see Thor: Dark World. Winter Soldier I saw. Guardians I saw. Age of Ultron I did not see.
Wow.
Ant-Man I did not see. Civil War I saw. Doctor Strange I saw. Guardians 2 I saw. Homecoming. Ragnarok. Black Panther. Infinity War. I didn't watch Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man and the Wasp. I watched Captain Marvel, Endgame, Far From Home.
And you don't have to keep going. That's fine. Yeah. Which one's your favorite?
My favorite?
Yeah.
I mean, does Endgame sound like cheating?
Yeah. Favorite that's not like in a full Avengers ensemble.
I'm kind of torn. I'm probably between Guardians and Spider-Man.
Okay, Homecoming,
yeah.
Good choices. I think that like not having Winter Soldier or Civil War in there is kind of crazy. I
remember enjoying Civil War, but I also don't remember a ton from it.
Winter Soldier, though,
I remember more of the feeling that like Guardians and Spider-Man gave me.
So I think Guardians the top 5. I do think that Winter Soldier is the best Marvel movie that doesn't feel like a Marvel movie. Like it just feels like a great espionage, like action thriller.
And also, I don't know how I forgot, but the first Black Panther was also really good.
I kind of was going to tell you originally that you couldn't include that, but I felt like that'd be unfair.
Why wouldn't I be able to include it?
That feels like cheating too.
But like that's the movie that kicked off like the whole like link to Infinity War and Endgame.
Kind of.
Not kind of. It did.
Kind of. Because it more kicked off like you had some of like that, like Civil War leads to that, I suppose.
Yeah. I guess Civil War is the start of Phase 3, so yeah.
But it started off the Wakanda like thing too, to a point. But yeah, no, I obviously didn't say you couldn't include it because I didn't really have a great argument to why you couldn't. I just think that like that's another one of those movies where it was such like huge.
It's too good that I couldn't say it was my favorite.
No, I actually I'm pretty hated on for saying it's not one of the ones that I like.
Oh yeah, much. I remember your review. You just said it was basically Lion King.
It is, but no, I think that it's just one of those movies that had such a cultural impact that like you almost in a way would have to say it. Was more why I was going to say you couldn't put it in there.
I mean, that's definitely. I think that's a portion of why people showed up for it, but I think it also lived up to it. You know what I mean?
I think that put the blinders on a lot of people for the quality of that movie, or not the quality. I don't want to say it that way. What I want to say is
the performances were still exceptional in that movie. You know, all that stuff aside.
But I think it didn't allow people to judge it fairly. Listen, I'm not going to retread my Black Panther review, but
I just want to know, what do you mean it didn't allow people to judge it fairly? Like, you saying like the racists all of a sudden decided they want to be quiet?
No, I'm talking about like the people that there was a lot of people who are going to love that movie, even if it wasn't good. that I think people were going to put blinders on for certain aspects of that movie, because my criticisms aren't like I've rewatched that movie and my opinions changed, right? My first viewing is where most of my negative opinion were on it, and it was mostly like I didn't think the action was very good throughout the entirety of the movie. I thought some of it was hard to see because the suit is obviously a very dark suit, and they're filming at nighttime through a lot of it, and you're doing a lot of these like fast motions and stuff, so it wasn't visually very appealing. I thought the CGI towards the end was bad, and then I thought a lot of the story, like you had fucking Rafiki in there and shit. Like you riffed a lot of the story to me from The Lion King. So those were a lot of my critiques. The thing that carries that movie to being as good as it is Chadwick Boseman, is Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I think that people weren't okay with just saying that. They wanted to say it was the best Marvel movie that ever came out. And I just think that was putting blinders on because of how much of a cultural statement the movie was.
I can see where you're coming from now. I mean, like I get, like, I guess I would have to watch it again to really understand where you're coming from with like the bad CGI and like the fast cut action that you can't really appreciate.
You'd have to have a great TV watching that at home for some of those action scenes towards the beginning of the movie to look good.
Okay.
And
I don't have a great TV.
Is the truth of the matter. Like, it's just like there's the very first action scene in that movie is in like the pitch black at nighttime, and it's him like in that very dark suit, like you know, and you know how his action is in that movie. It's very fast.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot to keep up with, especially when you can't see like that great. So it didn't show up that well to me. And I feel like it's always like super controversial when I have a negative opinion, and it's like I'm treated like I'm just being like a hater. And that's where I'm saying that people put blinders on to things in that movie because you're not even allowed to have a bad opinion.
I mean,
of that movie.
I know you well enough to know you're not just saying it to be a hater. So like, that's where I just wanted
3
you
weeks
to elaborate.
ago, you said that was the complete opposite, and I had to prove you wrong. I just want to point that out.
What?
3 weeks ago, you said when I was talking about the movies I hated, all you could talk like, and I said that I don't just hate movies. You tried to say that I do, and I had to like be
it
like,
probably made sense in that
moment.
moment.
I had 2 movies all year out of all the ones that I've seen and reviewed that I outwardly hated, and like had it put the kibosh on that statement.
Why can't you just let me back you up this time without
because
like,
I'm not gonna have
you
you have it both ways.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you have it both ways. I don't forget. An elephant never forgets. My dick remembers everything. Remember that line?
All I remember is you used to say that shit all the time. Oh, that's from Superbad.
No, it's a Childish Gambino line.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a Childish Gambino line in like Freaks and Geeks, I think. That song. An elephant.
Why
never
do I think that's
forgets,
from
so
Superbad? Didn't they say something in Superbad about elephants not forgetting?
They might. But that line, it specifically is Childish Gambino, and I'm pretty sure it's Freaks and Geeks.
All right.
An elephant never forgets, so my dick remembers everybody. He should. I was gonna say he should be in Black Panther. Hey yo. Okay. So next up, they're resuming filming Gladiator 2.
Oh, okay.
And did you know that they were working on that?
No.
Yeah. Have you seen Gladiator 1?
Years ago. I don't remember any of it.
It's a great movie. It still holds up to this day.
Did I see Gladiator? No, I must have. But right now, all I'm thinking of is Troy.
Okay, not the same.
Completely different movie. Yeah.
No, I can see where like they kind of have overlap mentally.
It's mostly just in my head. I kept picturing Brad Pitt, and I was like, I don't think he's in Gladiator.
I think it's like the first great Ridley Scott movie of our youth. Okay. Like obviously like Alien, but the Alien predates us as far as when it came out.
Okay.
Like that movie's looked on very fondly, but like that's not from our time. Gladiator came out like when I was old enough to go to the theater and see it. I want to say 2001.
2000, close.
Yeah. So like I remember seeing that. I remember like the action being so good. It's like it's a 2 hour and something movie that is like gripping the whole way through. It's just very, very good. And I remember talking to people when they announced that Gladiator 2 was being made, and I still don't really understand it. I don't know if there's anything out there about like what the plot's going to be, but it is a bit weird. So you're getting the biggest one is Denzel Washington is going to be in this. And it's kind of like, where does he fit in as a character into it? But I think like, was Daezu Hanzu in the first First Gladiator. Was he one of the people who was fighting in the Yeah, he is. Fourth one down.
Oh, yeah.
So
You said Dezu. I always read his name as Digimon.
I think that's Dezu Hanzu or something.
I mean, it's literally spelled Digimon.
All right. Yeah, that's what he's named after. But yeah, I just don't understand where like Denzel's gonna fit in this. Like Pedro Pascal is in it, and I think I can kind of see where he'll end up playing into it. But it is a weird one. Like, nobody was asking for a Gladiator 2, and I don't really know what you're going to get out of doing a sequel to Gladiator. I assume it's going to have nothing to do with the first one. Like, it's not going to be a direct sequel. It's going to be its own standalone.
The short summary we have on IMDb, if this makes any sense to you, because I don't remember the movie, said it follows Lucius, the son of Maximus's love, Lucilla, after Maximus's death.
So Maximus is Gerard Butler.
Okay.
So the main character. And I assume he had a kid, and this is his son that it follows.
Yeah.
But so I guess it is a direct sequel. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this probably doesn't need to be made. Like, I'm gonna see it. Don't get me wrong. I'm interested in seeing it. Does it have a release date?
Just says 2024.
Because it's like, I can't imagine it gets. Because if it's resuming filming, so they were already working on it, I suppose. What does it say Denzel's character's name is?
Doesn't say.
And I wonder who's playing his son. Is it what's the Lucius?
Paul Mescal.
Paul Mescal. Can you click on him? I don't know his. And just tell me maybe what he's. Okay, I kind of recognize him. What's he from?
He is known for movies I don't recognize again.
Name
After Sun, Normal People.
Nope.
The Lost Daughter.
Nope.
All of Us Strangers.
Nope. Not just a you thing.
All right.
Confirmed.
Apparently
yeah, I just
he was also in the Rolling Stones Scarlet music video.
Doesn't help. Doesn't help.
I just
Name one Rolling Stone song, Dante.
Scarlet.
Don't worry, I don't know any either, dude. I don't know a single Rolling Stone song. Not the genre of music for me, nor is it something that ever hit my radar. Yeah, like I don't know. Does that sound like something that anybody was asking for?
Probably
the
not.
Son of Maximus, who like fought his way through the arena to become free after like his family was burned to death. I don't know. Like, it's like,
it really doesn't even give you a plot. It just says it's following the Son of Maximus.
Because they probably don't even know. They're just like writing shit down as they go.
Yeah.
We'll figure this out. Let's get Denzel in here.
Oh man,
people will recognize him. All right. And I had literally one more thing for us to talk about here.
One more thing.
Before we get into the taste test. And it's a little game for you, Dante.
Ah, fuck.
So this past week,
yep,
they announced the top 10 list for celebrity Onlyfans earners.
Oh. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Do you have any guesses for names that are on there?
Danielle Bergoli.
She's not a celebrity.
Bad Baby? She's not a celebrity? She doesn't count?
I think they're talking like A-list.
Or like, okay.
Like,
I just know I think she won't shut up about her OnlyFans earnings.
She's famous for like turning 18 and creating an OnlyFans, and then the shit on what's that guy's name? Dr. Phil. I was gonna call him Uncle Phil.
No, different people, different people.
Yeah, the thing on Dr. She's not like real. Like Gucci Flip Flops is a good song. Don't get me wrong, but like,
is it?
Oh, dude, catchy as fuck. And Bailey is back. Do you know where we were?
No. Oh, we were just starting off onto a new topic. You had a game for me.
Yeah. So it is not Danielle Bergoli.
Oh yeah,
Bad Baby or Bad Barbie. Which one?
Bad
is
Baby.
It? Okay. You're a huge fan, I can tell. So, do you have any other guesses for who's on the list?
Celebrity OnlyFans?
Yep.
Nah. Shit.
Okay. So the number one earner for this year for Celebrity OnlyFans is Iggy Azalea.
Oh, what? She got an OnlyFans?
Yeah, you didn't know
she
that?
Be getting crazy on there?
I know her titties are out. She earned $48 million this past year.
Just on only, I guess. When's the last time she put out music? Damn, that's her.
Yeah, that's a lot of money though.
That's her moneymaker.
Do you know how much she charges a month?
Is she one of the like $30 a month?
25.
Oh, okay, it's a deal.
Second highest earner, Cardi B.
Oh, I should have known that. Fuck.
I'm gonna need you to write these down, by the way.
Oh, like where?
Like you have a notepad somewhere on there now.
Shit. Phone. All right.
So we have Iggy and Cardi B.
Yeah.
Right. Next up, Black China. Nobody
Really?
wants to see that.
Really?
Apparently, people do actually. $19.99 for hers. By the way, Cardi B only $5 a month,
Oh shit.
but she's probably charging hella in the DMs.
Yeah, it's all the pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm. Her earning, Cardi B was 45 million. Black China is 35 million.
Yo, she pulled 45 mil off of $5 a month.
Yeah. Bella Thorne.
That's the name I was trying to think of.
Her subscription's free, but she made 32 million. So off of her like paid,
Yeah.
like pay-per-view stuff.
I just remember there was like a big thing when she started her OnlyFans. Or
Yeah, because it was all a trap. Like
Yeah,
she was the
yeah.
one that was really famous for like.
She was the one that fucked up OnlyFans by trapping.
Yeah, like she had a bunch of people pay like $100 for something, and it was just like a nothing picture. Next up is Amber Rose. Was that Kanye X?
Yes.
Okay.
The worst
Yeah.
that could happen is I Amber Rose you.
She's $5 a month. She made 26 mil.
Sheesh. Oh, should I be putting down how much they're making?
No, I just
All
need you to write the names down.
All right.
6, Tyga.
He's another one I was gonna say, because I remember there was a big thing about him having OnlyFans.
Tyga is making, it's $20 a subscription, 20 mil he made. Not bad for a guy who can't rap.
So, all right. So the shorties ain't showing up for OnlyFans the same way the dudes are.
Do you know who Pia Mia is?
No. How do I spell that?
Piamia.
She don't even look familiar.
I mean, okay though. Hey,
I
yo.
mean, you throwing a subscription? How much is it?
Free. She made 18 mil though.
Worth it.
Can you check her? No, can you go to her Instagram? I just want to know how many followers she has.
Let's see. I think it's at 500.
Like, I want to get a gauge for how.
Oh no, 10 mil.
Okay, so she's pretty famous. Is she like Argentinian?
I don't know. She doesn't put her ethnicity here. Let me see what Wikipedia says. Pia Mira Perez.
Okay, so not Argentinian.
I wish it would tell me in the little
doesn't
blurb
have
on
it
the
there.
side.
That's
No.
kind of crazy. Okay, to say where she went to school in her early life or something. Like, you know, they always have an early life section on the bio. Would she have the least in depth fucking?
Bro, like there's literally nothing on here. Her Wikipedia is.
Is she a musical artist? What does she do?
Yeah, she does music. It has her as a music artist. It says she's a American singer-songwriter and model. Began her career by posting videos of herself singing on YouTube.
Interesting. Never heard of her.
Nah.
Number 8, Chris Brown.
Oh shit. Okay.
15 mil. He's $20 a month. I don't know if he's pulling his dick out on there or what. Like, what's his deal? Right?
They've all seen it.
Have they?
I'm sure there was a leak like years ago.
You said that like you know there was a leak.
No, so like I haven't seen it, but I know there was a leak.
Like we just need a little clarification. Like,
there is a leak. There is a leak.
Okay, all right. Well, you've seen it, yeah.
No. I have not. I just, I remember hearing people saying like my man was packing.
The next one up on the list is Austin Mahone.
Is that Posty?
Is that his name?
Maybe not.
Because I know who Austin Mahomes is. That's the younger brother of Patrick. But I don't think that's who this is.
Who the fuck?
Who that white boy?
You don't look old enough to even have OnlyFans.
How many followers on Instagram?
12.6 mil.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So like we're the ones who live under a rock.
Another singer-songwriter, according to Wikipedia.
Where's he from?
Texas.
Yeah. Well, they let him back in, huh? Shocked. In the 10th on this list is so weird, dude. This is the most out of the box one of any of them.
Is this a name I'm gonna recognize?
It's 2 names you will very much so recognize. They share an OnlyFans.
What?
They've made $4 million this year. It's a free monthly subscription. DJ Khaled and Fat Joe.
No. So are they just using OnlyFans like Patreon or like
I have no idea. And I don't want us to look it up because here's the game. Here's the game, people. Dante has got a list in order.
Okay.
From 1 to 10.
Yeah.
Or do we want to do it the other way, 10 to 1?
Okay.
Who you would be from least interested in viewing to most interested.
Who I would be.
Yes.
There's men on this list.
I know.
Those are zeros. Those aren't on my list.
You have to put them on your list. They have to be on there. There's no way out of it.
Okay. All right. Well, fuck.
Yeah.
God damn. So I'm going from least interested to most interested, or most interested to least interested?
Let's go least to most. Let's
All
build
right.
up to the climax.
No fucking clue who Austin Mahone is, so fuck him.
Yeah, you literally?
Oh, nah.
It is OnlyFans.
No. Like, not interested at all, whatever.
I think it's an interesting strategy to take of being like, the one I least care about is the one I least want to see. Because, like, Tiger's dick's on this. So you're saying that you're somewhat like, you know what I mean? Like, should Tiger not be number 10?
Well, I don't know. Is he fucking bad bitches on there?
He might be. That's a good point. I think he does fuck on there.
All right. It don't have to be just him.
That's a good point. This is logic. I'm glad we're working through this. This is fair logic.
Damn. I feel like Tyga and Chris Brown are probably even for the same reasons. I mean, they're probably,
It
getting
depends.
it in on there.
Like, is Chris Brown giving out like dance instruction? Because that could be helpful. Go to a wedding. Know some breezy moves. like what is Tyga gonna teach me?
Damn, I never thought about going on OnlyFans to learn. I understand human anatomy. I don't need to
Yeah, like I'm not gonna get anything from Tyga, but maybe
No.
Chris Brown's on there giving tutorials. I don't know what he's up to.
Teach me how to stomp the yard before he died.
Yeah, I don't think he ever taught anybody in that movie how to stomp the yard. He was dead before he could.
God damn. Don't laugh about that.
What's the
That's fucked
B2K movie?
up. B2K movie?
I
You
feel like
got
we've done
served?
this on here before, yeah. He wasn't in that one too? That was just Omarion?
No, that was just Omarion and Marquise Houston.
Okay. Great movies. Shows up on my my TikTok algorithm. I had a fucking stroke.
Yeah.
Step Up. Always in my TikTok.
Ooh, okay. Okay, the first one was good, and then they kind of had a decline. Maybe the second one was all right too.
Guess how many there are?
Like 3 or 4, right?
5.
What?
There's one that came out fairly recently that has a bunch of the cast come back. They're all on HBO. Because it was in my algorithm, I was like, huh. It's called like Step Up Revolutions maybe or something.
Huh. I can't imagine it's any good anymore.
The 5th one I think is like got one of the better ratings of like the sequels.
Really?
Yeah. It's like they get the gang, like they have to get the gang back together to go to Vegas for some like huge competition.
I like that. I like that.
They've got, what's the white kid's name from the second one?
Moose?
Yeah. He's like one of the main characters still.
I remember his whole like dance scene to like that Timberland song. Like that shit was fire.
There's also, is the girl supposed to be Channing Tatum's little sister? I think he's dating formerly Channing Tatum's little sister.
I don't think that was supposed to be his little sister. No.
Not in the second movie. I'm talking about like later on, like in the 5th movie.
Oh, if you're talking about after the second movie, I'm lost.
I think he ends up like with Channing Tatum's little sister, all grown up.
Interesting.
Not still young. That'd be weird. All right, continue.
Okay. So who'd I put at third? Wait, did I say my second?
I think Tyga.
Oh yeah, I put Tyga and then Chris Brown.
You said Tyga might have women.
Yeah, but Chris Brown might have dance instructions for me. I think that's more intriguing right now.
That's fair. Yeah,
I got to learn how to dance.
Yeah, that's very fair.
And then you might be surprised that at my top of the guys list, I really need to know what the fuck DJ Khaled and Fat Joe are doing.
I actually would have them ranked higher on my list. I think right here is where I'd be putting Black China in. I'm more curious about Fat Joe and DJ Khaled.
You know what? Now that you say that, and I was just, it was a pause moment for me to put them any higher than any of the females. But I
you
honestly
gotta look
not.
at it, and you're like, there's a decent amount of curiosity for Fat Joe and DJ Khaled that I don't have for Black China.
Yeah, all right. I'm reserving them for later in the list. You're right.
Yeah, they're a good save. They seem like a safe choice. If not for anything, you could just be like, well, that's just objectively funny that they have an OnlyFans.
Just
I needed to know.
I don't even think it's sexual, bro. Like, I just think they're just being fucking ridiculous.
Imagine if they're like
on
model
there.
in bathing suits. That's still fucking hilarious.
I feel like it's just both of them just wilding out on jet skis, talking wild and reckless. Like,
yeah, that sounds great. They might be my number one. It might go Iggy and then Fat Joe and DJ Khaled.
you know what's the craziest part about that? They're sharing it only.
Yes, and they only made $4 million. I just think enough people don't know.
That'd be like if we came on here and be like, "Yo, check us out, me and my boy on OnlyFans."
We might be cooking. This pod's going to OnlyFans. Free subscription.
Fans with good taste. I
feel like it's a lane that hasn't been explored. I did once say that like I wanted to put one of my initial plans was to put the podcast on Pornhub every week. Just because I feel like there's not a lot of competition on there for podcasts.
Which people do that. Like, I know, like, I've seen, like, Call of Duty videos on there and shit.
Yeah.
Like people posting, like, sniping montages and shit. And it's like, yo, I wonder what kind of viewership you're pulling.
Yeah, it's like you're just, like, the one thing that stands out amongst a crowd of titties.
Hey, sometimes it's just like, you know what? I need a break, but I can get right back to it.
All right, let's keep going. Yeah, I think like Black China. I have another name that would be next on my list.
Next on my list, this is where it gets tricky. I'll probably say Cardi B. I've seen enough of her.
I don't know if I could. I think I'd still have to put either Bella Thorne or Amber Rose ahead of her.
Yeah, Bella Thorne is trap. I don't even know what Bella Thorne looks like.
You're not going to be into it.
No?
Trashy white broad. Kind of my speed.
That sounds like a lane I might be into.
I might be cool with.
Oh, yeah. Red hair? Done.
All right, well, you're okay. Never mind. I don't think she's always got red hair.
What? Oh, man.
Well, I mean, like, girls can change that, Dante.
Bro, 4 out of these 5 pictures I'm seeing.
All right, so you're
right
going to
here.
keep her higher on your list. That's why it's your list, not mine.
Yeah, it's my list, all right? We're going Cardi B and then... And then Bella Thorne.
Okay. So it goes Austin Mahone, Tyga, Chris Brown, Black China, Amber Rose.
Yeah.
Not Amber Rose.
No,
Bella Thorne.
Bella Thorne.
No, you said Cardi B, then Bella Thorne.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you say? Black China, Cardi B, Bella Thorne. Yeah.
Okay, so we're at 6. So we got 4 left.
Yeah. I gotta see. So I got Iggy, I got Amber Rose, Pia Mia, and Khaled and Fat Joe. I mean, I wonder what Pia Mia is doing on there, but like she's all right. She doesn't look like she has a ton of features, to be honest.
Oh, but she looked kind of good, dude.
Like it was like a cute face, but like I don't know. She didn't look like she had the assets.
We only saw her face.
She just look how skinny her face looks. That tells me about the rest of the body.
She might have a donk, dude.
No. Look at this front pic.
She's very fit.
There's nothing back there.
She has some nice front features.
Welcome to the Misogynist Podcast.
No, I was being very, very polite.
I know. Yeah, she's next up.
Damn.
Yeah, she's next up.
DJ Khaled lives to see another day.
Yo, bro, I'm telling you, I need to know what they're doing on there.
You find out they're fucking. You still want to know?
I feel like I would have known about that.
yeah, those videos would have leaked. If Chris Brown's dick's out there for sure.
Bro,
we
like
had a video
if
fucking.
DJ Khaled was fucking on OnlyFans, then there wouldn't be all a bunch of memes of him just saying dumb shit.
Imagine if he was Eiffel Tower and with Fat Joe.
Not against it.
That's hilarious. Again, everything about that OnlyFans channel, any direction they want to go with it, is very funny.
Not against it. Maybe they team up with Amber Rose on an episode, you know? Is it an episode, video, whatever they want to call it?
Video, I think is probably more accurate. An X video.
An X video, yeah.
So you have Amber Rose, Fat Joe, Iggy Azalea left.
Yeah.
Okay. Ziggy Iggs.
I think I'm just going to wrap up the last 3 now.
Okay.
I'm going Iggy, Khaled, Amber Rose.
Amber Rose is at number 1?
Yeah.
Can you pull her up again? She's bald, no?
Yeah.
Don't think I'm into that.
No. She's bad.
Show me the rest.
Where's her assets? Look at the wagon, bro.
Not my speed.
Nah?
I'm going Ziggy Iggs, bro.
You going Iggy?
Yeah.
I'm going Amber Rose.
Just pull up Iggy, though. Just so we can be objective.
I don't know. She's got a super successful OF. Like, it might pull up some crazier pictures.
I've seen some. Bro.
Like, the wagon's not doing it for me there.
Fam. What are we talking about?
And I know that J-Lo video, like, it looked crazy, but in that picture,
God, I love that video, dude. All right, so just make sure we have the final list up behind me here. The fact that I swayed you to get DJ Khaled,
bro,
and Fat Joe. All
unfortunately,
the way up to
just
2.
Throughout the list, you gave me more and more reasons where I might actually subscribe.
You literally tried to get off.
Out of the 10 on this list, that's the one I'm most probably likely to check out.
It's free.
Done.
Yeah, it's free. I can't imagine what their pay-per-views are at like to get $4 million out of it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're a must follow. If you take anything away from this section of the podcast, go follow them on OnlyFans.
Bro.
Let's make those guys more money.
Bro, it's going to be like them like shopping for mink coats or some shit. It's just going to be stupid.
No, I think you were probably right on about like they're on vacation together, just like jet skiing. DJ Khaled saying motivational stuff.
Yeah.
Another one.
Major key.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, tasties and tastettes, welcome into the Taste Test, where we talk about the things we've watched in the past week and maybe some stuff that's coming up to watch upcoming in the next few days prior to our next recording.
Okay.
Dante, you tipped me off earlier. You don't have a ton on your list.
No, it's been pretty light. My
What
work schedule was a little crazy, so
Okay.
realistically, I just caught up on some more Nancy Drew.
How far are we through?
I think I'm up to season 3, episode 8.
Season 3, episode 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're with the daughter from the past.
Daughter from the past. Damn, spoiler alert, bro.
But the story's about I thought you were already that far in at that point. It's all about the girls, the older woman's there. What are you at now then? Tell me.
Oh, you talking about the women in white with temperance?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
The daughter from the past. Got you. Yeah. She's in there. I'm up to the point where are we spoiling? Do we care about spoiling?
So I know of one person. Steve did let us know that his newlywed wife. Shout out to them. Amanda is into the show, so I guess we have one person who potentially watches this, and I guess I don't know how far she is into the show. I hope we're not spoiling it for her.
So I'll just say we got up to a point where there's a big turning point for George.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good
so
for George.
I'm up to that point.
Happy for George.
Happy for George. Yes.
She's a girl.
You know what's funny? I was trying to figure out, because remember how you were telling me before I even watched the show, you were telling me how they all have traditionally male names.
Yeah, her whole family.
And it's not explained. I guess in the books it's not explained either.
Because you looked that up.
Yeah, I did look it up. The only one they explained was George. I guess her sisters aren't in the books, maybe. Because they said George was in one of the books they said she was named after her grandmother Georgette or something like that, or Georgina.
Georgina makes more sense than just George.
Yeah,
for sure. Are you
but
inspired
then
to read the books?
no.
Okay.
But then there
Fair
was
enough.
another theory that it was saying that since they all have different dads, that they're named after their fathers. But then you meet George's father in this season, and his name isn't George.
No. He also doesn't look like a dad.
No.
Like, he looks very much just like a normal ass dude.
Wait, what?
George's dad?
Doesn't look like a dad?
No. He's like super young.
No, he's not.
Are you sure you met George's dad?
The dentist.
Yeah. Dude, he looks like he's fucking 30. What are we talking about right
I
now?
don't even remember his name to Google it right now. God
Just
damn.
type in George's dad, Nancy Drew. What do you remember him looking like?
Like, probably like mid-40s, no? Whoa. What? Google skills are slipping. Oh, man. Where can I find her dad?
Yeah, it just doesn't show up, huh?
No.
I would type in Asian dad,
I
Nancy
think
Drew.
his name was Eddie. Is it like Eddie Chen or something like that?
I don't know. I don't remember names. Yeah, look at that. He looks like he does not look that old.
You gotta remember, she's not that old. She's like, what, 18, 19 in the show?
Yeah.
So, he could be mid-30s.
I mean, he did say he had her when he was like 18
He
years
said he
old.
had her when he was a teenager.
Yeah, and he was like, he freaked out and bailed.
Yeah, so that tracks.
FYI, I'm not done with the show yet.
No?
I told you.
You say you have one episode left? Are you at
No,
that point?
I have like 5 episodes left, and I am just not watching it because I don't want it to end. So I've just been watching other stuff.
Damn. I am the complete opposite. I want to get through it. I need to know what happens.
Yeah.
It's not like I want it to end, but I want that closure.
Season 3 is pretty good. I
Yeah.
like season 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm liking the whole the whole Temperance Hudson arc.
Yeah, it's a fun little ride. You're only 6 episodes in, right?
8, I think.
Okay, so you still have a ways to go in that season.
Yeah.
Season 4 is shorter.
How many episodes is season 4?
Like 12.
Okay.
And all the other seasons are 18.
Yeah, they are. 13 episodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still good. Season 4 is still good too.
Oh wait, season 3 is only 13 episodes too.
Oh shit, I thought that was longer. My bad.
The first 2 are 18.
Okay, so you're actually getting towards the end of that season too.
Fuck.
But the end of that season, what do you think of what's Nancy up to right now? What's her love life look like?
Oh, she's leaning towards Ace.
How you feeling about Ace?
I love that man.
I think he's my favorite character.
Oh yeah.
I think Ace is the man.
He's probably one of the more relatable characters on the show.
Yeah, like he's just like the good dude. He tries to like just like be a good friend to everybody.
He just gets caught up in some shit sometimes.
There's definitely some major like revelations that come through, and like that's where I'm still enjoying the show.
Okay.
It's definitely one of the storyline arcs that has kept me interested through season 3 and 4.
Yeah, I'm at the point now where he just had like a huge beef with his parents.
Oh, he gets the boot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't like when they were. I hope this isn't a spoiler, because I don't remember when these things happen. Like their dating of the twins.
What do you mean they're dating of them?
They were seeing the.
Oh yeah. So that's already happened. That was more of a season 2 thing.
Okay, I just didn't like that relationship.
No, I didn't
Especially
like it.
the one for Nancy. With.
I like how they played it out though.
Yeah, that he like how it played into one of the demons.
Yeah.
I thought that was good too.
Yeah.
Like that made all that stuff make more sense.
Exactly. Like I also didn't like the relationship, but when it got to that point, I was like, okay.
That's why she's still been with him this whole time, and she didn't realize it.
Yeah.
And it took like seeing this to realize like this guy sucks, because he definitely sucked. Like it made no sense when she was like, she like relapses to that. When it's like you wouldn't even date, dude. What's the other guy's name?
What, Nick?
Yeah, Nick, who is also like a very good guy.
The
Fumbled the bag on that one, and then like you're ending up with this guy.
See, I wasn't too hurt about that because I did like him better with George.
He's definitely better with George, but like I think even in the first season I saw more of Nancy and Ace than I did like a Nancy and Nick relationship,
Like you saw that being the more likely
like
relationship.
endgame relationship. You know,
It's just Nancy and Nick didn't seem too compatible from the beginning. Like he needs too much, and she can't always give her whole self. You know what I mean?
she's definitely not like a wants to be needed person.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
very much like an independent.
She's like, no, I got to do
character.
my own thing, and you just got to be understanding of that.
Yeah,
And I feel like Ace is like that guy that's like, yo, I want to let you do your own thing.
yeah. I'm gonna always be there, but like I'm not gonna hold you back from doing any of that shit. Yeah. I think you'll be interested if you like their relationship and where it goes from here. So it's just been Nancy, nothing else.
Nothing else. No, I haven't really had much time on, honestly.
All right. Well, I have watched 4 movies this past week.
4 movies. Okay.
Most of them rewatches. One of them is a new watch. Let's start here. I gave you homework last week. I knew you weren't going to do it, so I did some of it for you.
I don't even remember what the homework was.
I watched Godzilla.
My dog ate it.
I watched the first Godzilla from 2014. A rewatch. I've seen it before. It is still very good.
Okay.
I will be tonight possibly watching King Kong.
Skull Island.
Or Kong Skull Island.
Okay.
Because I think in order of like the way the franchise works, it goes that, then Kong Skull Island, then Godzilla King of Monsters, and then Kong vs. Godzilla.
Okay.
I think is the order in which you are supposed to watch them.
Okay.
I might
there is a point in the Monarch series where they're showing like a flashback on Skull Island.
I may still, well, yeah, like I think that's one of the more direct tie-ins, right, to that show, because of the flashbacks, and that movie takes place in the past. I don't know. I may skip it and just watch, because I've seen that more times than I've seen Godzilla King of Monsters.
Okay.
So I may still just watch that first, because I'm more interested in seeing where they continue going. Because I could talk about one of the more interesting aspects is like they do such a good job of like not showing you a ton of Godzilla and still making the movie pretty tense the whole way through. I also love some of the stuff they did with like Bailey, stop. They did with the Godzilla movie where like the times where they could have made it loud, instead they make it super quiet. And then it really accentuates when he like roars and like some of those other things. Like it makes it more impactful. So I really like that.
They kind of hit you with like some loud silence.
Yeah, like it just goes to this moments out where it's like everything kind of is still.
I got you.
And then you just get this like huge roar from Godzilla, and it's like, oh shit, like he's a beast.
That must sound crazy with some good sound system, you know?
Yeah.
Like if I could get back and watch that in Dolby.
Who knows? Maybe they'll come back out within the movie theater at some point. Speaking of which, bringing stuff back into the movie theater, I saw this 2 years ago in the theater, but they're bringing Die Hard back to the theater again on December 8th. I saw
everybody's favorite controversial Christmas movie.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater like 2 years ago. If you've not either seen that movie or
that was when you went with our boy that watched it for the first time, right?
Yeah. I always recommend, like, dude, like that's a movie if you haven't seen it before. Go to the movies and see that. It's awesome. And for anybody who doesn't think it's a Christmas movie, it's literally starts with Run DMC. What's it, Rock the Bells or like something?
Yeah. I think it is Rock the Bells.
It's just, it immediately has a Christmas vibe, like right off the bat. So anybody who tells me it's not a Christmas movie, it's like, you can't. It's ho ho ho, I have a machine gun. But yeah, I might go see it again.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies of all time, not just favorite Christmas movie. So yeah, I might go see that again December 8th if anybody is trying to check it out. That's when it'll be back in the theaters.
It's LL Cool J, Rock the Bells.
Then it's Run DMC is a different song then.
Okay.
Something in Hollis. Christmas in Hollis, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, Christmas in Hollis.
There you go.
Okay, I've been on a monster movie kick. Or like a monster, maybe not correct, but like to a
creature
point.
Movie.
Yeah. So I watched Jurassic World Dominion for the first time since the theater.
Okay.
Movie I don't really like, and my criticisms still reign true. Biggest flaw in that whole movie is there's something there that could have been good, but the biggest flaw that they have is there's no threat to a single main character in that movie. Like nobody dies. That's important the whole time, and basically in a large scale like monster movie like that or a creature movie like that, the fact that like you have these characters that like they bring all these characters from the 90s and the modern trilogy in and put them all in the same movie, and it takes away like any suspense for the movie when they've made it through so many circumstances and never had a single one of them die, like a single important character die.
Yeah.
And I think that just takes away from the tension of the whole movie to where it makes it feel like there's no
risk.
There's no consequence, to like anything that happens in it. Like you never have this like feeling of peril for any of the main characters because you know they're all going to live. And it's like, it's kind of crazy watching Godzilla, and you know, you didn't do your homework, and this isn't really a crazy spoiler, but Bryan Cranston's in Godzilla, and that's Hal from Malcolm in the Middle, or the main character from Breaking Bad. I don't know his name.
For some reason, he said Hal, and I was like, no, that was Jack Black.
different Hal. But yeah, just to give you reference on who that is. But a pretty well-known actor, right?
Yeah.
And he's dead in Godzilla in about 25 minutes. Like, he's not in it for very long. And I was talking to somebody earlier about this. One of my favorite movies from the 90s is this movie Executive Decision. And Executive Decision is this plane gets hijacked, and this team of, like, I don't know if they're Air Force, Navy, Army, whoever they are, but they manage to get on the plane, and they're in like the cargo hold underneath, and they're trying to stop the terrorist thing that's going on the plane. But one of the biggest thing that happens in that movie is, for the first 5 minutes of that movie, Steven Seagal is in it. And you see a guy like Steven Seagal in that movie, and you immediately think that, like, oh, like, this movie's going to be like a Steven Seagal movie. Like, he's going to be, if you know nothing about that movie, you assume he's going to be one of your main characters, right?
Yeah.
He dies in the first 5 minutes of the movie. Gets sucked out of the plane. When, like, because they do this docking thing where they have this jet fly underneath the plane. And
to refuel?
And no, it like attaches itself. I don't think they were refueling. I think it was like a stealth plane. And they were able to go like
rejoining to make it one big plane kind of thing.
And they were doing it so that they could get the people onto the plane, like the military team.
Gotcha.
The plane. And when that's happening, the thing separates, and it causes him to get sucked out, like, into the air, and die. So it's just like, it kind of sets the whole movie where it's like anybody could go, you know, like, it lets you know the stakes are that, like, nobody's untouchable because the biggest person we had side to this movie died right off the bat. I use Scream as a reference too, where one of the best things about Scream is Scream, and you saw it in Scream 6, right? Like, they have an actor who's somewhat well known that will be in the first like 5 to 10 minutes for the pre-credit roll, where the killer calls them, chases them down. The first movie is Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
You know, like, you have actors like that. And before the movie started, the second movie is Jada Pinkett Smith and Omar Epps, I believe, is the two. And they always die. And it kind of lets you know that, like, we're going to have a good cast, but that doesn't mean that they all have to live.
Milk it. Yeah.
You know, like they could die at any point. And I always think that stuff's important towards building tension in either a TV show or a movie. But that's something that Jurassic Park Dominion just totally misses on, and it takes away any tension or stakes for the whole movie. So kind of an L. Not a fan. Next up, we talked about this a few weeks ago on here, and I said I wanted to watch it again, and I did. The Intern, which is a Robert De Niro movie with Anne Hathaway. Not much to say in it, but it's a real good feel-good movie. He's like a 70-year-old widower who goes back to working for like an upstart tech firm, or like a online shopping company that's like grown substantially over the past like year and a half, like way faster than they're supposed to. And he like makes friends with the boss, who's like kind of tough to work with, you know, like that type of story. Yeah. It's a good movie though. It was fun. I think it's on HBO Max. And the last thing I watched was this sequel to the movie The Reef. The Reef is a Australian shark movie that was about a capsized ship that a shark, like, they have to swim from the capsized ship to an island, and in the swim, like, a shark starts stalking them. Australia always makes some of the best shark movies, FYI. For anybody out there who doesn't know, there's this movie called Bait that's really good, which takes place in a supermarket after a tsunami, where a great white shark gets washed into this underground supermarket.
Oh, shit.
Really good. Okay. But either way, this one is called, I forget, it's called like The Reef Stalker or something like that. And it's about these 4 girls go out on a on a trip, like a paddleboarding trip. Stopped. They go out on a paddleboarding trip, Bailey. And they start getting stalked by a shark, basically. It's not bad. It's not like the best, but it's a straight to like streaming movie. So,
Okay.
you know, like it's like the quality is not going to be like movie theater. But for a shark movie, and again, like I think Australia, just because like they are like one of the shark capitals of the world, they have a pretty good feeling on how to make those movies. And you don't need a ton of budget to do it. There are some like, you know, like things from a straight to streaming movie. For instance, there was a scene that I saw in it where first you see her get in the water with her like flippers on, and then they're doing a bunch of underwater shots where she's 100% not wearing flippers. And I was like, well, that's a continuity thing. Like, that's weird. She was just wearing them.
I hate seeing stuff like that.
But then, like, like a couple scenes later, they're back on.
Yeah.
Again, you know, like those things like that. Like they're stupid. They don't really impact anything too much. But it is like a very easily
It can like
avoidable.
almost take you out of.
Yeah, it was just like a super noticeable thing to me. I caught it immediately. Like, so there's like little things like that. Like some of the shark footage when they're filming the shark underwater is like kind of stock footage. You know, like just some Discovery Channel show type shit. But then they have some really good images of like when the shark is going to attack that kind of make up for it that are good. But that one was fun. It had some decent tension to it. I think those are the only 4 that I've watched. I'm still listening. I'm on to Hunger Games Catching Fire book. I'm halfway through that.
Oh, shit.
I only have like, it's an 11-hour book. I have like 4 hours left.
Damn. Right.
It's really good. Like really, really good. I'm gonna probably finish the whole series in the next week. I've been for a person. I've been like I haven't had a ton of free time either. Obviously,
you've been consuming a lot of media.
I've been getting some shit done, my friend. Well, the thing is with the Hunger Games stuff, I have like a 30 to 40 minute ride to work every day.
Okay.
So I'm able to fill in. Like I basically listen to an hour of the book each day I have to work.
Yeah.
And then if I have to drive around doing other stuff, or like when I went to the supermarket today, it's like, well, I'm just listening to that instead of listening to podcast.
Fair.
So I'm able to get done quite a bit. On streaming, as far as some stuff people can watch, you have The Haunting in Venice, which is a movie that was just out in the theaters like 2 or 3 months ago. It is the sequel to A Murder on the Orient Express and Death on the Nile. It's a detective movie. I didn't realize that when it was in the theater until it was too late, so that's why I never really saw it. But it's on Hulu now. I'm going to definitely check that out. I don't know if we called it out on here, but Blue Beetle is on Max.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's
Actually,
also,
no, we did talk about that last week.
There's also one other movie that I can't think of now that's on Hulu. I feel like Hulu has some good stuff right now.
I haven't touched Hulu in a while.
Well, go back on there. Check it out, dude. There's some shit.
I'll give it a go. I think part of the reason I kind of avoid it is because it's one of those things that's like included with my old like grandfathered Sprint plan.
Yeah.
And so it's the ads version.
Oh, I have the ads version.
Yeah.
It doesn't really bother me too much. It's like my only streaming service I have ads attached to, so it doesn't like kill me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, movie theater this week we have Silent Night coming out, which is an action Christmas movie. Don't really know much about it. And this movie, The Shift, that I also don't know a ton about. So neither one look all that like intriguing, but I might check out one
These
or
are movie
both.
theater releases?
Yeah, they're movie theater releases. Yeah, so neither one looks crazy good, but if they're like, so Silent Night, let's just check runtime real quick. 1:44.
Is that going to be like a slasher?
No, it's a action movie.
Okay.
And then The Shift is 1:55. That one's a little tougher. Because I do think that like 1:40 is pretty easy. So I might check that one out. It's also, who's the director?
John Woo.
John Woo, yeah. Famous director of Mission Impossible 2. All right. And with that being said, I've kept this this has been my longest what I've been watching in a very long time. Anywho, if there's anything out there that we missed or anything that we should be checking out, please let us know out there, everybody. Please, please, please. We'd appreciate it. If there's anything coming up that you're looking forward to, also let us know. Otherwise, it's been real. You can check us out anywhere podcasts can be found. We are here on YouTube, obviously, too. For those with good taste on Instagram, at Good Taste Live on Twitter, at FTWGT on TikTok. Dante, where can they find you?
Dirty Water ENT on YouTube, Dirty Water _ENT on Twitch and Instagram.
Word. Gunshots up. Ready?
Oh.
Pistols in the air. It's like Indy 500 style.
Like a starter pistol?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bang.
Am I joining you? Oh, no, too late. I lost.
I told you to have them in the air. You don't take commands very well. Yeah, we love you. Peace. What a rushed ending. I love it.
Peace.
Deuces. Bailey wants to go out.
For those with good taste.